$19.99 or online at philork.org. 2 performances only this Friday and Saturday in the Kimmel Center. This is Fresh Air. We're going to remember the photojournalist Abbas. He died last Wednesday. He was 74. Abbas was known for documenting religions, from rituals and expressions of spirituality to acts of extremism and violence committed in the name of religion. Abbas was born in Iran, and though his family moved to Algeria when he was a boy, he returned to Iran in 1979. He photographed the Iranian Revolution, documenting the protests in the streets, watching as a popular uprising against the Shah turned into an Islamic revolution led by extremist clerics. He subsequently traveled around the world photographing Muslims, Christians, Jews, and Buddhists. He'd lived in Paris since the late 60s. He was affiliated with the Magnum Photos agency. I spoke with Abbas in 2015 and asked him about photographing the Iranian Revolution. So one of the photographs that you've taken was, I think, a photograph that was a turning point for you. It was taken at a morgue in Tehran in 1979. And it's a photo of the bodies of 4 generals who were executed after a secret trial that was held at the Ayatollah Khomeini's headquarters. And one of the bodies in the morgue was the former chief of the Shah's secret police, the Savak. How did you get to take this photograph? And why was it so significant to you?
Well, you know, we spent every day we used to go to the headquarters of Khomeini, and then we heard that people had been executed during the night. So the only way to see the results of the execution was the morgue. So I rushed to the morgue, and I was not the only photographer. There were other photographers. Suddenly I see 4 bodies in slabs. You know, that was the turning point, because that's when I decided this revolution is not going to be mine anymore. Up to then, after the revolt became a revolution and millions of people joined the revolution, which was manipulated at the beginning by the mullahs, and it became a national revolution, not just a religious one, I joined as well, and that was my country, my people, and my revolution. But this very moment when I saw these 4 generals at the morgue, I decided to stay on, work as long as I can. I can work freely, but it was no longer my revolution.
I think it was shortly before that photograph that you took in the morgue that you took another photograph that you found disturbing. It's taken in the street where there's a mob of revolutionaries dragging a woman who they thought was a supporter of the Shah, dragging her through the streets. What are they doing, and how did you come upon this scene?
They were hitting her and dragging her. So of course, as a photographer, you first react. I mean, you don't think too much. You just, they were running, and I was running backwards and taking pictures at the same time. And there's always somebody saying, oh, don't take pictures, don't take pictures. And I will always answer in Farsi, Baraye tarikh hast. This is for history. When I said the word history, somewhat clicked in people's minds, saying, okay, you know, it's not for right away, it's for later on. The Savak will not recognize me on the photographs, I will have no problems. So they would not hit me instead of hitting the woman. But the problem was not taking the photograph. The problem was that I showed the photograph and show it then. Because in the evening, I used to get, you know, with friends, and we talk about the day, and I say, no, Abbas, you can't show this photograph now because it gives an unfavorable image of the revolution. Up to then, you became brothers from one side, came from the regime. And suddenly we have this picture of the revolution being very violent. And I said, I'm sorry, this picture, I'm going to show it, I'm going to show it. It might be in those days, it might be my revolution, but I have to show it. Because I'm not only working for history, I'm working for the history of the present, today's history. And how it reached to my name. It's a journalist, it's a story of the present, how it reached it. So we're working with the lady published the place, after the Victoria Revolution, on the faces of the militants.
What was the photograph you took that got attention?
Well, it's just